Cultural narratives often suggest that success belongs to the loudest and the most ruthless. We are told that to reach the top, we must adopt an aggressive posture and dominate every room we enter. In both business and social hierarchies, this behavior is frequently praised as a necessary killer instinct. The logic suggests that unless you are actively asserting control over others, you remain vulnerable to their ambitions. However, unprovoked hostility is rarely an indicator of genuine capability. Often, it is a mask for internal insecurity, a desperate attempt to exert external control because an individual lacks mastery over their own impulses. Real power is not measured by how easily you subjugate the people around you. It is achieved through the difficult process of internal psychological integration. Friedrich Nietzsche's concept of the will to power is routinely cited to justify moral chaos and the exploitation of the weak. This misinterpretation portrays power as barbarian behavior, where individuals seek to grow by harming their neighbors and taking what they want through force. Nietzsche actually defined the will to power as a psychological drive for self-overcoming, the instinct to master one's own passions, habits, and limitations. In Nietzsche's ideal state, a strong individual exhibits mercy rather than cruelty. Mercy is the privilege of those who are so secure in their own capability that they have no need to validate themselves through exploitation. Under this lens, power is a metric of personal growth. Acting as a tyrant isn't a sign of strength. It is a failure to achieve self-mastery. Carl Jung approached this internal struggle through the concept of the shadow, the unconscious repository where we hide the dark, aggressive traits we refuse to acknowledge. If the shadow remains unintegrated, repressed aggression eventually erupts uncontrollably. This is when individuals act out in truly monstrous ways, as their conscious mind loses its grip on their hidden impulses. Jordan Peterson emphasizes that you must fully acknowledge your own capacity for malevolence if you ever hope to control it. A vital distinction exists between being harmless and being virtuous. Harmlessness is merely lacking dangerous capability. True virtue is becoming a monster, someone with dangerous capabilities, who deliberately chooses to keep those instincts under strict conscious restraint. Conscious integration allows that aggressive energy to be transformed. It becomes a fierce capability used to assert boundaries, solve problems, and protect values rather than destroy them. True ethical strength is absolutely impossible without first understanding your own capacity for destruction and actively choosing civilized restraint. Building this type of internal resilience requires practical application. David Goggins has become a modern archetype for extreme self-overcoming through physical and mental endurance. Goggins uses an accountability mirror, which demands ego-free honesty. You look yourself in the eye and acknowledge your exact weaknesses as the mandatory first step to gaining any form of power. Toughness is built by seeking out discomfort, whether it's an individual struggle or the collective friction of carrying heavy weight on a beach. Resilience is a product of withstanding pressure that others avoid. When Goggins speaks of taking souls, he isn't describing the destruction of an opponent. He is describing a level of extreme personal performance so relentless that the opposition completely loses their will to fight. This exact mindset traces back to Stoicism. Leaders like Marcus Aurelius practice the discipline of focusing entirely on their own perceptions and actions, rather than the external events they could not control. Mental toughness is forged by callousing the mind, developing a psyche that can withstand the inevitable friction of reality without breaking. These concepts provide a framework for how we approach professional respect in the modern office. Attempting to mimic a loud, dominating personality in a workplace often destroys trust. It signals that you value ego over results, which ultimately alienates the teams you are supposed to lead. Genuine professional authority is built on consistency. Reliability and emotional stability under pressure create a sense of psychological safety that a title alone can never provide. Lasting respect is never demanded through volume. It is earned through self-awareness, clear boundaries, and quiet confidence in your own capability. There is a deep contrast between unintegrated aggressiveness and a true killer instinct. Aggressiveness is uncontrolled, emotional, and driven by the ego's short-term needs. A true killer instinct is fearless, adaptable, and focused on